Alright, so you want to learn how to wheelie. Well, you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can go from being an absolute worm to dropping back any bike you want and killing the streets. Now, I want to start out by saying there's no correct method to learn how to wheelie. If something's working for you and you're progressing, keep doing that. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to teach you how to set up to be an advanced stunt rider. And what I mean by that is there's just some basic stunt tricks and skills you need to know to kind of start developing your own style and seeing what you like and don't like. Everybody starts somewhere. If you can't even get the wheel off the ground right now, don't worry about it. I don't care if you're Ultra Rider, Jason Britton, Brian 636, all these really good stunt riders that you see clips of online. I promise you the first day they were on a bike, they were not doing combos and scraping their tail. And I'm going to pop up a picture right now. The first day I got my Triple X, I thought I was going to throw that thing right back, be hitting 12 o'clock. And I was only getting the wheel up like 2 inches. I love that picture I just showed y'all. It makes me realize how far I've come. But that picture was taken about 3 years ago. So I said that to let you know this stuff takes time. There's no exact timeline out there for when you're going to be a good stunt rider. Some people it takes a couple months. Took me a couple years. It really doesn't matter. Just keep practicing, keep progressing. You will get there. If you're already at the point where you can do power wheelies, you know, you're using the rear brake a little bit, you can skip the first part of this video. I'll put a timestamp down below for those of you that are at that point. Again, just skip right ahead. But yeah, it's time for you to learn how to wheelie, so let's go ahead and jump into this. So you're at ground zero. You can't get the front wheel off the ground at all. Where do you go from here? Well, when it comes to emotos, it's a pretty simple game you're playing when it comes to wheelies.
Time to play the game!
There's only two things you need to worry about, and that is throttle and your rear brake. Now, emotos, the reason they are so popular and somewhat easy to wheelie is because, again, you're only worrying about two things. If you want the front wheel to go higher, you're going to give it more throttle. If you need the front wheel to go down, you're going to give it some brake. So if you throw the bike up and you feel like you're going to fall off the back or the wheel's going to go too high, all you got to do is just tap the rear brake. If the wheel keeps falling down and you can't get the balance point, you just know you got to give it some more throttle. Now, when you're first learning on e-bikes or emotos, if your bike has like under 8 kilowatts of power, go ahead and put it in the highest setting. But if your bike has like over 8-10 kilowatts of power, put it in the middle setting. And what I mean by that is for the Surron Ultra B, it has 3 settings: Eco, Daily, and Sport. And we're going to be in daily mode for this right now. So at this point, this bike is giving about half the power it has to offer. Now, if you're on a smaller emoto or an e-bike, go ahead and put in the highest power setting. I have wheelied about every emoto or e-bike type there is out there. We're talking stuff with pedals, mini emotos, mid-size stuff like the Light B or the Triple X, bigger stuff like this. And we're not going to get into wheelie and gas bikes in this video because this is about emotos and e-bikes. And although the skills you're going to learn today don't make you automatically able to wheelie a gas bike, I promise you if you learn this, if you do decide you want to buy a gas bike and stunt it, still going to be a learning curve, but you're going to be way ahead of somebody that's never wheeled anything before. So before you start doing wheelies for the day or just occasionally on your ride, a good habit that I like to do is go ahead and lock up your rear brake and be sure it's actually working. Get a little bit of speed, grab the rear brake. The rear tire slides out and you do a little skid, that's perfect. If your brake is not locking up the rear tire, it means something is probably not working correctly. And at this point, if that's happening to you, it's time to go ahead and fix that before you continue this journey. Not a lot of emotos have ABS on them, but if your bike does have ABS, you want to turn that off because what ABS does is it pretty much doesn't allow you to lock up the tire. And if you throw your bike up too high and you're about to loop out and you grab the rear brake, you do not want it pushing back on you. Now, a method I like to use when I first started wheeling, and this is great if you want to feel what wheeling's like or hitting balance point is like pretty risk-free, is start with 2 feet on the ground from a stop, hand over the rear brake, and then just lightly give it some throttle. Now on the Ultra B, a Stark, any bigger emoto, this is not going to work as good because my feet actually are not dragging that much. And that's just due to the seat height of this bike. But on smaller emotos or e-bikes, your feet are going to be dragging. So it's really a great method to teach you the feeling of wheelies. You don't have to worry about going side to side. You're going to be going slow speeds. And it'll overall just, again, give you the feeling of what this is going to be like. Now, if you're on a bigger emoto like this, or you don't feel like doing that method because that's really more of just a training tool, I wouldn't recommend doing that too much. We're going to start with the wheel really low and just really practice that rear brake technique. Now, a big tip I have for you guys when you're learning how to wheelie, do not focus on how far you're going. Focus on getting to balance point and just how long you can stay there. If you're at ground zero, the first step for you is we got to get you to balance point. We got to get that rear brake technique in your head where you're doing it subconsciously, you're not thinking about it. What you don't want to be doing, something like this, where your wheel's this low and you're just picking up speed rapidly. That is super dangerous. Do not build that habit. And I see that all the time where people have super powerful sport bikes or even dirt bikes or emotos, and they're standing up on their bike, power wheeling like 6 inches below balance point, rapidly increasing speed, really have no idea what they're doing. That is super dangerous. You will mess yourself up doing that, I promise you. Where once you get confident using the rear brake, this is not gonna be a mystery to you anymore. There's still a danger involved, but not nearly as dangerous as doing something like that. So what I want you guys to do, if you don't wanna do the foot down method, 10, 15 miles per hour, bring the wheel up about that high, rear brake. Bring the wheel up, rear brake. Now you're probably thinking, why would I even do that? I'm not close to balance point. Again, you're just trying to ingrain in your head that this rear brake brings your front wheel down. Now, another big thing when you're learning a wheelie is look ahead, don't look down. Where your eyes are at, that's where you're gonna go. Now, depending on how powerful the bike you're on is, you may not need to pop the front forks. And you probably see me doing this, but what I mean by that is before you wheelie, you want to compress the front forks, and then as the forks are rebounding up, that's when you're going to give it throttle. So right now, the stage you should be at is you're looking ahead, you're working on popping the front forks, you're hitting the rear brake every time the front wheel comes up, and your only progression goal is just getting the front wheel higher and higher. So maybe you've been rolling around for a while, or maybe you already are comfortable doing this. You know, you're going about 10, 15, you pop the front forks, wheel comes about here, you hit the rear brake, and you're like, this is boring. Okay, perfect. Like, you're using the rear brake, things are slowing down for you, you're not as nervous, the front wheel coming off the ground. Now it's just time to keep getting the wheel higher and higher. So we were probably going, just a foot or two off the ground. Now let's try to keep getting to about a 45-degree angle. Again, remember, don't worry about distance, just worry about hitting the rear brake, being in control, being present in the moment. So here we go, eyes up ahead, going about 10, 15, pop the forks, bring it up, about right here, boom, bike down. Again, eyes up ahead, going about 10, 15 miles per hour, pop the forks, bike up, down. That's successful right there. If you are learning and you can bring the front wheel up in control, hit the rear brake, go for about whatever, 30, 20 yards, that is beautiful. Like, you are so close to hitting balance point, you're almost there. Now, eventually, that's going to get boring. You're going to say, this is easy, I got this. But you're probably noticing as you wheelie, your bike is increasing in speed. So now the next goal is we're going to try to get to balance point and really try to start making the bike slow down when we're in a wheelie using the rear brake. Now, a good visual cue for when you're at balance point is the fork should be parallel to the ground. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're coming up, we're not there, boom. You can see when the forks are parallel to the ground, I didn't have to have any throttle and the bike's just coasting and wheeling. Now to really slow the bike down, you're going to have to go slightly past balance point and use your rear brake. But again, we're still in that mid-power mode, going about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Don't worry about distance, eyes up, pop the forks, bring it up where the forks are about parallel to the ground. And you saw there, all I did was just dip, hit the rear brake, bike came down, and that is perfect. Like, you are almost there. You're almost stunting. You're almost killing the streets. But now it's time to go on to what I like to call like the seesaw phase. And that's where what you're going to do is you're going to bring the bike up to balance point, go a little bit past, tap the rear brake, and then give throttle. So again, 10, 15 miles per hour, pop the forks, bring it up, go back past balance point, tap, throttle, tap, throttle, throttle, tap, tap. I'm really exaggerating that right there. Like, that's not what you want to be doing in the long run, but that's okay. That's what you might look like right now. And at the end of the day, you're wheeling, like, you're doing it. You're using your rear brake, you're using throttle, you're slowing down the bike. And that's a great place to be at. From there, you are pretty much good to go to start really progressing your skills. But yeah, so at this point, you're really doing it. You're looking ahead, you're popping the forks, you're using your rear brake, you're seesawing back and forth at balance point. The final thing you need to do is now just learn how to really finesse the throttle. And what I mean by this is, once you get towards balance point, you don't want to be having these aggressive motions where you're ripping throttle going up, hitting the rear brake going down, rip down, rip down. It really needs to be more like a light, you're feathering the throttle, and then you're feathering the brake. So instead of like tapping the rear brake, when you drop back, you're just slightly touching it, and you'll hear your brake pad touching your rotor, and the bike will just kind of coast right past balance point. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Again, about 10, 15 miles per hour, pop. Bring it up about parallel, and look, you can hear I'm just lightly hitting the throttle, and we're just coasting. So it's time for the next secret or tip that I've learned over the years. If you're at this point, I'm assuming what you're probably doing, or if you don't know you're doing it, film yourself, because you probably are, is when you first start hitting balance point, you feel like you're going to fall off the bike, and so you're going to be uptight, or you're going to be kind of like up here. And you guys can't see it, but I'm really like, up on the front of the bike, scrunched up, arms are bent. You really need to start working on being relaxed, loose, confident. So don't be all uptight in the bike, weight forward. Watch my arms, okay? Ready? Bike comes up. We are leaning back. Super loose. I'm not like holding on to the handlebars with a death grip. We're just leaning back, enjoying the ride. So just take a breath before you wheelie, be confident, be loose. You don't need to be death gripping the bars. You don't need to have your weight forward. You're not going to fall off. And all that stuff I just said is a lot. It's going to take you a while to probably master it. But if you can get down what I just said, congrats. Like, you are now stunting. You're now doing wheelies. You're good to go. So now let's talk about intermediate stunt riding or wheelie skills. And what we're going to do in this segment is get you ready to, again, start making your own style, start progressing to combos and more advanced tricks. But these are gonna be the foundational tricks and I would say mindset to get you to that next level. So since we're coasting now, we understand the rear brake tech, and overall, we're just subconsciously hitting balance point, going down the street, no problem. It's time to flip your bike in the highest power mode it has. And the first thing you need to master, or in my opinion, you need to master, is you need to be able to ride a wheelie for as long as you want. And if you can do that, that's gonna set you up to start learning combos and advanced tricks much easier, because riding on one wheel is going to become second nature to you. Now, one thing I'll add to this is before you start riding out really long wheelies, you need to start leaning your head left to right a little bit so you can start looking for traffic, pedestrians, or just, things to avoid. All right, so we got a good stretch of pavement here. We're going to get going a little bit faster for this wheelie, about 25 miles per hour. Pop the wheel up. You can see I'm looking to the side, so if any cars pulled out, pedestrians, whatever, we'd see them. And look, I'm just using throttle, little rear brake, leaning my body weight when I need to turn. And again, I could ride this wheelie as long as I needed to. Obviously the road's about to end, so I got to put her down. But you see how I'm slowing it down at the end. Look, we started going about 25, we accelerated up to 35, 40 miles per hour. We ended going about 30, 25 miles per hour. You need to get there before you start doing tricks. I mean, you can start doing stuff before then, but I wouldn't recommend it. Get to the point where you can just ride a wheelie as long as you want. You're in full control, you're not thinking about it. Now, once you get there, it's time to start doing your first basic tricks, and I think the best one to do first is a knee knocker. And what that means is you're gonna put your left knee on the seat just like this. And the reason you wanna do your left knee is because if you ever wanna start using a foot brake, all foot brakes are gonna be in your right peg. So I guess you could put your right knee up there, but I wouldn't recommend it because there's really no situation where that's gonna work out for you except on an emoto. So yeah, left knee on the bike. You can have your foot dangling off like that. You can have it straight back. But a tip I got for you guys on knee knockers that I used to do is don't have this right leg fully extended out like that. When the bike comes up, try to get your waistline close to the front of the seat so you have some bend in your right knee. Doing a knee knocker is going to be a little bit scarier first time, but honestly, most people end up liking these more than sit-down wheelies when it's all said and done. Easier to see over the bars. Front wheel is going to come up nice and easy. But biggest tip I have for you when you're doing knee knockers or really any trick, this sounds kind of dumb, but just don't overthink it. Again, at this point, you know how to ride a wheelie as long as you want. The rear brake is built into your subconscious. Just don't overthink it. Just do what you've already been doing with your knee on the seat. And again, have that right leg bent. Try to get your waistline towards the front of the seat. And again, seriously, just relax. Do what you do. Like, you got this. So look, we're going to be going. We're going to hang our left knee on the seat. And then look, we're just going to hit the throttle. Bike's going to come up. And you see how I'm leaning forward and I got a bend in my knee down there. And look, we're just hitting the rear brake, we're hitting throttle. And it pretty much doesn't go further than that. It's gonna feel just like a normal wheelie once you get over in your head that your knee's in the seat. And I really know that sounds dumb. You're like, dude, this is a whole different trick. But seriously, don't overthink it. Be relaxed, bend your right knee, and just do what you've been doing, man. Like, you got that. Now, once you start getting knee knockers, the next step you're gonna wanna learn is seat standers. Now, this one's gonna be a little bit scary to learn because you're gonna be standing up on the seat and it's gonna be a totally different feeling. But just like the knee knocker, you need to relax. You need to remember what you already know. Don't overthink it. Your feet are on the seat. It's gonna feel a little bit weird, but you really just kind of need to turn your mind off, let the rear brake tech work, and just pop the front wheel up. Because again, this is one of those tricks. Once you get it down, you're gonna like it a lot. But it's just gonna be scary for a little bit when you're standing up on the seat and your viewpoint of the wheelie is gonna be super high compared to sitting down. So look, we're gonna put both our feet on the seat like this. And don't be scrunched up like this. Like, you want to be extended like that, because when the wheel comes up, it's going to feel more natural, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. If you're all scrunched up and the wheel comes up, look, like, I can't get that to balance point. Like, it feels safe, but it's just not practical. Like, you're not going to get it. You're going to have to, like, really stand up on the bike and trust the front wheel coming up. And then once you start hitting balance point on a seat stander, you start dipping, you're gonna feel it. It feels pretty weightless, but that's okay, because again, you have the rear brake tech in your subconscious. When you start feeling too weightless on a seat stander, just tap the rear brake. It's gonna come right back down. Just like a sit down wheelie. Again, don't overthink it. So we're going, we pop the forks. And that's it. Don't worry about going too far. Those are first. Look, we're going 10, 15 miles per hour. We're rolling, we're popping, but you see how I'm fully extended on this. You can have a little bit of bend in your knees, like do your thing, but the more you can extend your body, the safer it's gonna feel and the better it's gonna feel. Just take it slow, and then once you're confident, just pop it up, hit the rear brake. Don't worry about things being perfect. Again, that seat center I just did, the first, whatever, 20, 30 feet, I'm ripping a power wheelie. I'm way below balance point, but that's okay. Not every wheelie is gonna be the best wheelie in the world. All those beautiful clips you see online, that's what they are, they're clips. Nobody does a perfect wheelie or a perfect trick every time. That's just unrealistic. So there you go. At this point, you're riding wheelies as long as you want, sitting down. You got knee knockers, you're messing around with seat standers. The last thing you need to do is learn how to do some goofy or just kind of, not cool tricks. And the reason about that is not because, I want you to look like a worm out there. It's because you need to start learning how to take your feet off the pegs and kind of moving around on the bike while it's wheeling without actually having the risk of comboing, because once you start jumping around your bike, that's when there's a little bit more danger involved. Like, you really do need to have your methods or the rear brake tech or just this whole process dialed, because there's not gonna be much thinking at that point. There's just gonna be doing. So here, I'll show you some of my favorite, goofy tricks. Maybe like a fake spreader. And for those of you who don't know what a spreader is, like on a sport bike or a bigger gas bike, you hop from the gas tank and, spread your legs essentially, no pause. Which, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, the spreader's a pretty suspect trick. Like, I like doing those, but yeah, I don't know about all that. Like, it's the outside looking in. That's, again, no pause. That's kind of weird. But, nonetheless, let's get going. Highest power mode. Pop it up, feet on the pegs. Let's get the balance point, right? And then take your feet off the pegs. See, my feet are out here. But then we're gonna get them back on the pegs and drop back. Use that rear brake. Slow down. Boom. Now, would I be using this trick at a ride out? I would recommend not. You're probably gonna get clowned on. But what that's showing you is that you can take your feet off the pegs. You can move around while you're doing wheelies. And then when it's all said and done, you're still in control of the bike. You're still slowing it down. You can even do some stuff like this where you wanna go slower and then kind of drop back, take your left or right foot off and drag it on the ground. Do like a foot drag. So look, I'm going nice and slow, in control, left foot off. I'm dragging my foot right now. Back on the peg, drop back, slow down. Boom.
Sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom! Boom! Boom!
Now you're starting to kind of mess around the bike. You're taking your feet off, you're dragging them on the ground, doing fake spreaders. You can do seat standers, knee knockers. And now if you want to know some next steps from here, I would say, start working on circle wheelies, where you start going in a circle doing a wheelie. You start with one foot down. Start messing around with drifts and burnouts a little bit. On emotos, burnouts are really easy. All you got to do is just grab the front brake, lean up forward, rip throttle. You're burning out. So yeah, you can start messing around with that, doing little donuts, start jumping around the bike a little more, go from knee knocker to seat stander. And at this point, I got nothing else to tell you. It's time to go out and just start developing your own style. Do what you want to do. I hope this helped y'all learn how to progress in your wheelie journey. I'm by no means a pro, but again, I have been at this for a couple years now. And those are the basics that really helped me get to where I'm at today. Good luck on your journey from becoming a worm to a street killer. You got this. You're going to make it. It just takes time. But that's going to do it for this one. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will catch y'all next video.